Hi, team. So I just wanted to kind of chat with you for just a minute. I'm sensing, and I completely understand it. I'm sensing a sense of overwhelmingness. I don't even know if that's a word. Overwhelmed. I don't know. Anyway, people being overwhelmed with all of the resources that are out there for new coaches. So, for instance, when I get a new coach who joins my team, I, in the past, have placed them in just a couple other coaches groups besides my own, our closer sister teams, Sophie's team, Team Revive and Thrive coaches, and Stephanie's team, Team Healthier You project coaches. And the reason that we do that is we like to try to create a team vibe. We like to share any resources that we have that can help us become more successful at what we do. Because everybody honestly responds in different ways. You know, somebody will post one thing and it'll really resonate with you and you will run with it and you'll have great success with it, while others may not even, it might not even click for you, that thing, which is fine. We're all different, and which is what makes us each our own amazing, unique coach lady. Can you tell this is extremely impromptu? I've been putting it off because I haven't sat down and like written out notes or anything, but I just kept putting it off, and I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and wing it. So I was just kind of thinking in the shower, which is usually the place where I get my time to think, about what would be more effective. And I feel that I just want to share what has worked for me, like just my story and my history with this experience so far. I'm coming up on a year of coaching. It'll be in April. It'll be a year. And I still love it, and I'm still doing it because I believe in these products. I believe in the company and the model that they have, and I know they work. So most of you know that I got my start with Team Beachbody with the 21-day fix. Sophie introduced me to it, and because she was willing to share her results on Facebook, which takes a lot of guts, right, to post a picture of yourself on your own profile, your own line, of yourself in underwear or a bathing suit. It takes a lot of guts to do something like that. And of course we see pictures of strangers in commercials, before and after pictures, and for some reason it's not embarrassing to see strangers, but when we see our own friends, we think, wow, that's pretty bold, that's pretty brave. And also, I know that person. Images on television, we all know that things can be photoshopped and all that jazz. And I mean, I know Sophie's smart, but I also trust her and know that she probably wouldn't use Photoshop. And I had been looking for a change in my energy level. I had been wanting to get back into my clothes after I had Eleanor. So I gave it a shot. And I didn't even really realize that Sophie was a coach, like really into it, like she is at that point. I just thought she was kind of helping me along, kind of just giving, and so I didn't really lean into her very much because I didn't really know that's what she was doing, which is fine. And I just kind of ran with it. But then I realized, as she was talking to me kind of more as I got into my last week, what she was doing. And I was starting to have people ask me what I was doing because my body was just visibly changing, you know. And people were coming up and asking me, and I was just telling them about the program. And I realized, as a fitness instructor, people were coming up to me after classes asking me what they could do. You know, I'm doing Zumba 5 times a week, but I'm not seeing any changes. And of course I would always ask, what are you eating? How do you eat? And I know as much to say if someone says, well, I eat Cheetos every night when I get home, to say, well, that's not good. You can't do that and expect things to change. But I'm not a nutritionist. I couldn't give them a plan. And the 21-day fix sets that up so clearly. And I could just say, here, this is what I've been doing, and it works for me. If you're really serious about getting a handle on your nutrition, then go with it. It works. And that's all I had to do. It was a good resource for me in my current work situation. And so yeah, people were asking me about it. And then I started really, I wasn't even, I've told many of you, I wasn't even really paying attention to, when I decided to become a coach, I really decided to because I wanted to get a discount on Shakeology if I could afford it. Honestly, after that first round, I didn't order Shakeology for like a month or two, I think, because I couldn't afford it. And but I was still doing the 21-day fix workouts, and I started thinking of them. This is the shift where the very clear shift for me where I decided, okay, I'm going to be a coach. And I shifted into thinking of it as my job. Not just getting other people to buy the 21-day fix. But my job was to take care of myself. I really thought, okay, if this is and I still do, if this is my business, what do you do? Well, if this is my job, if I have a job, I clock in for my shift, I do whatever my job is, and I clock out, right? I have to. I don't have a choice. It's not like I can just not show up unless I have sick days or whatever. You know what I mean? You're expected to show up to your job. And so I took the same mindset and I applied it to my workouts. I applied it to my eating in the kitchen. My job was feeding myself properly. My job was doing those workouts every day that I said I was going to do a workout, which is one of the 3 vital behaviors. And I still cling to that behavior because it's the least salesy behavior. When you are using Beachbody products, they work. You're a walking advertisement for you don't even have to start conversations with people. People will start conversations with you because they want to know what's going on and why are you different. And they start the conversation. And so I dug into that vital behavior because I hate being a salesy person. I am not a salesy person at all. It makes me feel icky when I feel like my friends want to just be my friends so they can sell me something. And I don't want to be that friend to other people. So I decided to dig into that and go after taking care of myself like it was my job. Because it is now. It is my job to take care of myself. Kind of like if you go to, Carla, I know you probably identify with this, if you go to a hairdresser, and Kelly as well, if you go to a hairdresser and their hair is all kinds of crazy, and you're thinking, what the heck am I paying you to do my hair for? Right? It's the same idea. Not that you have to be at your goal weight and a perfect body before you can be a coach. But what people are looking for is that you are trying, that you are placing a value on taking care of yourself. You are giving, especially women, have a hard time giving themselves permission. They have a hard time giving themselves permission to invest time in themselves. And when we display that, when we show that in a healthy way, not in an obsessive way, when we say, this is what I'm doing for myself, this is how it affects my life, this is how it affects my family's life, more and more people will see that and go, okay, that is a reasonable thing to do. That is a healthy thing to do. Not an obsessive thing, not a selfish thing, not a vain thing. It's taking care of yourself. And when we do that, when we take care of ourselves and we show people that they are getting permission to do that, and those are the types of people that they want to engage with. Like with a hairdresser, when they're taking care of their hair, those are the types of people that they want to engage with. They're typically not going to go up to somebody with some big old crazy nasty hair and ask them to do their hair. They're going to come up to someone who takes care of themselves. And so that was the first step for me when I became a coach. It was not about getting a free group going. It was not about making sure I knew how every in and out of the Beachbody business. I didn't have time for that. And I still don't always have time for that. I do what I can. The same thing I ask all of my challengers and everybody to do with their fitness and their health is just try. Do your best. Instead of saying, oh, forget it, right? I know it's hard. We get tagged in all of these posts, right? And it just gets to the point where it's like, I can't even keep up anymore. I'm not even going to check them. And I've been in moments like that where I'm like, forget it. I haven't even been in other groups because I just cannot even handle it anymore. I'm so overwhelmed. But I decided that I needed to just at least make an effort, the same way I do with my fitness. At least try. And so I started to just develop myself with my fitness and my health. And then as far as like training goes, I would literally set a timer, and I still do this. I will set a timer for whatever amount of time you have. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 30 minutes. For me, 15-minute increments, 20-minute increments seem to be a good amount of time. That seems to be my windows of time. And I would set the timer, and I would just sit down at my computer, and I would decide, okay, today I'm going to go in the back office, and I'm just going to read about this. Or I'm going to go into Stephanie's group, and I'm going to see what she posted, and I'm going to comment on whatever. Or I'm going to go into Sophie's group. As far as training myself, developing myself, right? Or I'm going to read some personal development. I would set a timer and do that. And developing myself as far as physical health and wellness, doing my workouts, eating right, developing my business and like educating myself. And then the other vital behavior, which is the invite. Again, I would set a timer. It could be 5 minutes, 30 minutes, and sit down at the computer, and I would just strike up conversations with people on Facebook. Not asking them about the 21-day fix. Not any of that. But my primary focus at first, when I finally did open up my free group, was to just invite people to my free group, not to invite them to do the 21-day fix. I know that's disheartening because you're not making money right away. But people want to know that you care about them. And if you're just out to get a sale, they are not going to engage with you. So I'm kind of rambling right now. But I just want to give you guys, the goal of this is to give you permission to just take care of yourself, your physical health and wellness, and share that with other people. Start there. That is, I feel, the best place to start to take care of yourself. Do your workouts. Do your food like it's your job. And then just make a post about it. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm using Insanity Max 30 and it's amazing. You should try it. It can just be, whew, I got my workout in today. It was awesome. Or here's what I'm eating today. What are you eating? You know, whatever. Use your own creativity. But it does not have to be salesy sales all the time. You have to not, if you are feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, it's not going to work. You're not going to be healthy. So you have to find a place where you can start from and build onto. So I want to give you guys permission to just take care of yourselves. Just focus on your workouts. Focus on your food. Share that because people are going to notice. It's just going to happen. So I don't even know if this was helpful. I hope it was. I'm totally ranting and I'm not a very articulate person. I'm baking some chicken in the oven right now and the beeper is beeping at me and I gotta go get it. But let me know if this was helpful. I know it's 13 freaking minutes of your life that I hope you don't feel was wasted. So comment, ask me questions, let me know if you watched it. I hope you did. Anyway, I love you guys and I'm super excited to be on this crazy journey with you, and I hope to be posting some more crazy rambly videos.